They called it a miracle drug, a savior for pregnant women, an end to sleepless nights. But this miracle soon turned into the most horrific nightmare in modern history. Thousands of babies were born with missing limbs, starting life at a massive disadvantage. How did a drug company hide the truth? How did governments look the other way? Today, we look at the dark side of the thalidomide tragedy, whose effects still linger. If you're ready, we are breaking down the biggest scandal in the medical world. The late 1950s. In a laboratory in Germany, everything seemed perfectly normal. Chemists thought they were developing a harmless sedative called Contergan. The drug was deemed so safe that it was specifically recommended to pregnant women. It spread to pharmacies across Europe with the slogan, "As harmless as water." Yet, no one noticed the deadly flaw hidden within its chemical structure. And then, the first babies began to be born. The storm was about to break. In 1957, the pharmaceutical giant launched the drug onto the market. Thalidomide put an end to anxiety, sleep disorders, and morning sickness. The marketing strategy was brilliant. Non-prescription comfort for everyone. It was soon for sale in 46 countries. Millions of boxes were consumed. Doctors were competing to prescribe this harmless pill to their patients. However, behind the scenes, animal testing was shockingly inadequate. The company had already begun suppressed reports of the drug's side effects. They reached a critical point where profit greed outweighed human life. Mothers thought they were protecting their babies, but they were actually poisoning them. A single molecule in the drug was silently halting the development of the fetus. The catastrophe was only months away, and there would be no turning back. By the end of 1958, hospitals began to see a strange and sudden increase. Babies were being born without arms, legs, or even ears. Doctors were baffled. Was it a genetic mutation, or perhaps radiation? No one imagined this could be caused by an innocent-looking sleeping pill, until a pediatrician found the common link: thalidomide. Two doctors, Lentz and McBride, began to shout the terrifying truth. The tragedy of thalidomide stemmed from a chemical mirroring error. In this phenomenon called chirality, the molecule had two different forms. The right-handed molecule induced sleep, while the left-handed one caused deformities. Once inside the body, the drug changed form and began its rapid destruction. In the first trimester of pregnancy, a single dose was enough to cause damage. Blood vessel development in the embryo was blocked. Limbs could not grow. More than 10,000 babies were born this way across the globe. Many died shortly after birth, and those who survived faced a condition called phocomelia, where hands emerged directly from shoulders. Society began to call these children the Thalidomide Generation. Families were devastated. Guilt haunted the mothers relentlessly, yet they were not to blame. It was an unregulated and corrupt system. The company resisted pressure to recall the drug for several years. A legal war filled with threats, bribes, and lies had begun. From the UK to Japan, the same tragedy was unfolding everywhere. Was there no place where this massive scandal could have been stopped? There was. And that place was across the ocean, in the United States. A single woman working at the FDA would go on to save thousands of lives. Frances Kelsey. She found the evidence for the drug's safety to be insufficient. Despite intense pressure from the company, she refused to sign the approval. Thanks to her, America was largely spared from the European disaster. Kelsey went down in history as a true hero of public health. But for Europe, it was too late. The damage was done, and lives were ruined. The time for accountability had come, but justice would move very slowly. In 1961, the drug was finally withdrawn. But the scandal did not end. Lawsuits for compensation lasted for decades for the victims. The company only apologized decades later, in the year 2012. "We apologize for this suffering we have caused," they stated. For the victims, this apology was both too late and far too little. Today, those children are adults, and some are now elderly individuals. They have inspiring stories of holding on to life despite physical hardships. Some became successful artists, while others became dedicated activists. The foundations they established to seek their rights remain active today. The Thalidomide tragedy led to a total overhaul of drug regulation laws. Now, no drug can be released with such loose and untested standards. The FDA and similar agencies set gold standards after the disaster. But there is a tragic irony. Thalidomide is still used today. Yes, you heard right, in the treatment of leprosy and certain cancers. However, today it is prescribed under the strictest controls and warnings. A poison can turn into a medicine in the right hands and correct dosage. But this fact will never erase the mistakes made in the past. The world of science paid for its arrogance with the lives of thousands. Whenever a new drug is developed, this shadow still looms over medicine. We must remember, because history repeats itself when it is forgotten. The voices of the victims should still be ringing in our ears today. Their struggle is a battle fought for the safety of every one of us. We saw that systems we trust blindly can sometimes be our greatest enemy. Thalidomide was more than a drug. It was a total breakdown of trust. And the rebuilding of that trust has taken a full 60 years. Social responsibility and ethics must always outweigh profit margins. Human life is more than just a data point in a laboratory test tube. This documentary was made to be the voice of those silent screams. And we will continue to ask, is it enough to just say, never again? The Thalidomide tragedy is not just a part of history. It is a vital lesson. Proof of how dangerous science can be when it is not joined with conscience. Behind every medicine you use today lies the painful experience of those days. We will always need honest people like Frances Kelsey in our world. Brave voices who seek the truth, question authority, and can say no. We dedicate this video to all individuals and families affected by this tragedy. We have not forgotten, and we will not let it be forgotten. Wishing for a future guided by science, but led by ethical values. If you found this content interesting, don't forget to subscribe and share. There are many more scandals to discover on the dusty shelves of history. See you in the next video as we chase after another hidden truth. Stay curious. Keep questioning. Until next time, goodbye.